Just a quick update on my strawberry patch. I had to move houses, so I tore the whole thing down, cleaned it, and transplanted the strawberries. It's been about a month and a half and things are starting to look up again. I had a little bit of a fruit fly thing, so I stuck some stickies on there, but they are starting to come back really nicely with lots of strawberries here. But just like previously, I mean, if I can do this, I think anybody can do this. I'm still running it at about 1.6 EC. pH is generally around 6.5, and I come in and I clip off anything that looks dead. Just I see something I need to clip off. And I think after this whole round of strawberries, I'm going to cut it all the way back to all the new sprouts which are coming up in there. So anyway, just a quick update, and then next I will go on to my newest experiment. So I've moved into a new house and we have a nice 4th floor balcony, and we are starting to get it together. I just uncovered the little sectional we put in. My wife wanted a water feature. We're going to put a couple plants on either side of that. But one thing I decided to do is I wanted to try out some fruit trees, and I don't want to bring dirt all the way up here, so I decided to go hydroponic. So we're going to see how this works out. So what I did is I just hooked into the 3-bucket Beto bucket system I'd already built for got the habanada pepper there, a few cucumbers, some Swiss chard, and all I did was I swapped out the pump for a bigger pump. I think it's 1,100 gallons per hour, and then I bought some buckets from the bucket company. They were kind of cool buckets that I decided to go with, a 10-gallon and a 5-gallon. And then what I did is I got a cold hardy avocado and a dwarf fig. I filled them up. I put pumice stone at the bottom, and I put then perlite, and then just the clay pellets on top. Now, because these sit low, to get the water back into the bin, I did get a sump pump, and I just went ahead and splurged and got the bucket company's pre-set up system. And then I have all the electronics in a watertight container. Like I said, I have the 3/4 inch tubing that just comes back and feeds back into my reservoir. The fig came, I mail ordered the trees. The fig came with some transport shock, and it's been a blistering hot day, so it is a little droopy right now. We'll see how this one turns out. The sprinkler heads that came with this setup that I bought, they get kind of clogged up, so I need to come clean those out. I just set these up yesterday, so there was a lot of debris. But this will be an interesting experiment. I will see how it goes, and if it works, I will continue to post. If they die, then I'll just post one on the dead trees and I will try again. So anyway, hydroponic dwarf fruit trees on a 4th floor balcony in Washington, D.C. After a couple of cooler days, the fig has perked up. It's dropped a lot of those leaves that were looking bad, so I will continue to monitor it. The rest of the hydroponic set seems to be doing pretty well. The avocado seems to be pretty happy. It's rained here for the last day straight, so that's where we are. As I said, I've moved into a townhouse in the city, so I figured I'd just do a quick shot of the rest of my garden. So how to garden in the big city. So this is the garden, G-A-R-D-Y-N setup. I use this for my lettuce and a little bit of kale and such. So it's doing really well down here, along with the pet food bowls. Then in my very small courtyard, I have a few tomato plants, old German, black cherry, and pink Thai. As you move over, a few more. Below the tomatoes, I planted a little bit of eggplant. Started some chard since they can tolerate the shade a little bit. A couple of mini bell peppers that were from my hydroponic set, and I just planted out here. My wife loves her rosemary. Moved over some lavender, and then over on another wall, these are the two walls that get sun. I've got cucumbers. My peppers got hit with a frost, so they kind of stunted and never really recovered this year. I have just regular seedless cucumbers and then dragon egg cucumbers this year. And then down amongst there, I've started a little bit of lettuce, so as the peppers die off, hopefully the lettuce will come in. And then I've got a lemon tree, a dwarf Meyer lemon, a little bit of cilantro up on the stairs, and some cucumbers, and my one ornamental plant. And then last but not least, I have put an olive tree over here, growing it in a little bit of soil, perlite, and pumice stone on top. So that is the extent of what I've been able to garden last year. Last year I had tons and tons of peppers. This year I am not going to get that many, but my cucumbers look like they're going to be more successful, and the tomatoes, they always do well for some strange reason. Alright, so that is everything that I've got gardening in my townhouse.